Hello everybody. Let's take a quick look at this scenario and see if we can't work our way through it. A city transportation department conducted a survey to better understand commuter preferences about potential upgrades to the public bus system. With rising concerns about traffic congestion and environmental sustainability, the department wanted to identify which improvements would be most valued by riders. To conduct their survey, they randomly selected bus stops throughout the city and surveyed everyone boarding the bus from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. They asked, which of the following improvements would most enhance your experience riding the city bus? The respondents could select only one option from the list below: more comfortable seating, faster service and shorter trip times, improved cleanliness, better Wi-Fi connectivity, lower ticket prices, and more reliable schedule on-time arrivals. A total of 500 responses were collected, and the frequency of the responses were shown below. All right, so we have the little frequency table here, and says that the city plans to use this data to guide its upcoming budget allocation, but officials also want to understand what the numbers mean before making any decisions. You have been helped to interpret the results. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to just copy and paste this down into my Excel file real quick. So let me just paste special. We'll do it as text. And there we go. Okay, so I've got my responses and I've got the values there. Okay, great. Let's take a look at this. Question number one, what proportion of respondents selected lower ticket prices as their top improvement choice? Okay, so in order to find proportion, we need to be able to find the one that we're interested in. So this is like our K, the number of interest, and we need to know the total. So if we just do equal sum, and we highlight our entire range and we hit enter, we have this, and we can have this be like our sample size. Perfect. So if we're looking for the proportion of, and we'll call this lower ticket prices, and that's just going to be the lower ticket prices divided by the total sample size, and we get 26. And so our correct answer here is letter A, 26. Perfect. Next one. Which improvement options had the fewest responses? So literally we just need to go through and look at these and say, it's like, okay, which of ones has literally the least number of responses or the smallest proportion of responses? So we have 80, 125, 70, 45, 130, and 50. So here is our shortest one, or the smallest one here. So we have better Wi-Fi connectivity, and that's going to be letter A as well. And so we will just highlight that. Okay, number three. City officials are considering focusing their efforts only on improvements that received at least 100 responses based on the table. Which ones meet this threshold? Okay, so we've got just two real quick. And if we look at which ones are over 100, we have faster service times. Maybe we'll make this another color so we can know that it's for a different problem. We've got, let's highlight those two. We'll make this, I don't know, make it light green. There we go. And we have lower ticket prices, and we've got a light green. Fantastic. So, hey, again, we've got a letter A, faster service. The other ones, if we take a look at them, sure, we'll just make it this color. Lower ticket prices, that one's right, but more comfortable seating, and more comfortable seating only hit 80. We see just different combinations. This is the one that's correct, though, faster service and lower ticket prices. All right, next one. Suppose a new policy would combine more comfortable seating and improved cleanliness. Okay, so we're doing improved cleanliness. We'll make them, I don't know, red. Make this guy red or orange. Sure, salmon. We'll rate that. Improved cleanliness and enhanced, and more comfortable seating. There we go. So we're combining our two pinks, and we're going to call this enhance comfort. So we're going to do proportion, enhance, comfort. And what proportion of residents are in this category? So we're just going to hit equals, and we need to do, we'll do 80 plus, no quotation, 80 plus 70. And we're going to divide by our sample size here. And we get 0.3 as our answer. And so we can just highlight here as our 0.3. Let's go back to yellow. We'll go back to yellow for this as 0.3. All right, so we calculated that out when we're combining those two categories. So that's really good. If the city wanted to promote the least popular option with a marketing campaign, which one should they focus on? Well, the least popular one was the better Wi-Fi. So we can just highlight better Wi-Fi here, as this is the least popular option. And last one, what sampling methodology did they use? So let's go up here, and we see that how they decided to sample said to conduct their survey, they randomly selected bus stops throughout the city and surveyed everybody boarding the bus there from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So let's see which one of these most closely resembles our options. So it's not just simple random, because simple random here, it's every member of the population is equally likely to be observed, and then a subset are randomly selected. So that'd be every single person riding the bus has like given a number, and we use like a random number generator to select them. So that's not it. Let's look at cluster. Cluster says, and this is on like page 1, we said a population is broken up into groups. The groups are randomly selected, and every member in the selected group is measured. Well, that one actually seems like that it works out really well. We have decided to select out from a specific time from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. We have all of these bus sites throughout the city. We're going to randomly select some of them and send somebody out to measure, and we're trying to measure every single person who gets on the bus. So this one is really good as a cluster sampling. Let's look at stratified and systematic. So stratified would be we're using some demographic. So maybe we want to know if people are using the buses mainly for work, or mainly if we know that they're mainly using them for like shopping or tourism. And we could try to see about the people who are, using these bus systems often, and we should try to target them. Maybe like 50% are for work, 20% are for shopping, and 30% are for tourism. And we could try then to get our samples to reflect those different demographics. And then convenience or systematic would be the population's lined up and we're taking like every fourth person chosen. This one would be a little bit tricky, but maybe we could do like from the turnstiles, like on the at the bus stations, we could have them like if they're leaving, and we could have every 8th person leaving the bus or something would get the survey. And that would be like a systematic version of this. Okay, so that is just a simple little frequency example of how we can go through and answer frequency table questions.